is my.na Cars, the show that brings you everything you need to know happening in the motoring industry. So, I mean, it's no surprise that everything has become expensive. Fuel, food, even cars themselves have become pricier. So it's no surprise that most people are looking for budget-friendly cars and cars that won't hurt your pocket. And on today's episode, the Passenger Princess has you covered. We're here at Ours Motors and we're going to be taking out the Suzuki Celerio for a test drive. Stick around and we will be right back. But first, let's get into the motoring news.
Five important facts about Shell Helix. 1. Shell was the first to develop the technology that produces oil from natural gas. 2. Oil made from natural gas is pure. 3. Is specially formulated not to break down even under the most extreme temperature conditions. 4. It gives you improved fuel economy. And 5. Shell Helix is the only motor oil used, trusted and recommended by Scuderia Ferrari.
Now let's get into our motoring news. Toyota claims battery breakthrough in potential boost for electric cars. Toyota says it has made a technological breakthrough that will allow it to halve the weight, size and cost of batteries, in which could herald a major advance for electric vehicles. The world's second largest car maker was already pursuing a plan to roll out cars with advanced solid-state batteries, which offer benefits compared to liquid-based batteries by 2025. On Tuesday, the Japanese company said it had simplified production of the material used to make them, hailing the discovery as a significant leap forward that could dramatically cut charging times and increase driving range. For both our liquid and our solid-state batteries, we are aiming to drastically change the situation where current batteries are too big, heavy and expensive, said Keiji Kaita, president of the Japanese auto firm's Research and Development Center for Carbon Neutrality. In terms of potential, we will aim to halve all of these factors. David Bailey, a professor of business economics at the University of Birmingham, said that if Toyota's claims were founded, it could be a landmark moment for the future of electric cars. Kaito said the company had developed ways to make batteries more durable and believed it could now make a solid-state battery with a range of 1,200 kilometers that could charge in 10 minutes or less. The company expects to be able to manufacture solid-state batteries for use in electric vehicles as soon as 2027, according to the Financial Times, which first reported on Toyota's claimed breakthrough. Solid-state batteries have been widely seen as a potential game changer for electric vehicles, promising to reduce charging times, increase capacity, and reduce the fire risk associated with lithium-ion batteries, which use a liquid electrolyte. However, solid-state batteries have typically been harder and costlier to make, limiting their commercial application. Getting into our next story, Hyundai and Kia recall 113,000 vehicles in North America over fire risks. Hyundai Motors and Kia said on Thursday they are recalling more than 113,000 newer vehicles in North America because of fire risks and urged owners to park outside and away from structures pending repairs. The recall covers the Hyundai 2023-2024 Palisade, 2023 Tucson Sonata Elantra and Kona vehicles, and 2023 to 2024 Seltos and the 2023 Kia Soul and Sportage vehicles. About 52,000 Hyundai vehicles and nearly 40,000 Kia vehicles are covered under the recall in the United States, along with 11,000 Hyundai vehicles and 10,700 Kia vehicles in Canada. The Korean automaker said electronic controllers for the idle stop-and-go oil pump assembly may contain damaged electrical components that can cause the pump to overheat. Owners will be notified in late September and dealers will inspect and replace the electric oil pump controller as needed. Kia said it has 6 reports of potentially related thermal events, but no accidents or injuries, while Hyundai has 4 similar reports. The automakers told the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration a suspect part was eliminated from production in March. That brings us to the end of our motoring interview and our motoring news, but stick around, we do have an interesting interview coming up after the break. Now, true to my words, your favorite passenger princess is going to give you all the info you need to know on the Suzuki Celerio. But of course, I can't do that alone, and I have Vitz here today to tell me a little more about the car. How are you doing?
Good, and you, Diana?
I'm great. Okay, so first things first, right off the bat, the first thing that I noticed was this is a pretty tall car, right?
Yeah,
for such a small budget vehicle. It does have great ground clearance.
Yeah, the ground clearance is very well. It's 170 millimeters, so that's enough for not hitting curbs. And yeah,
I mean,
so
for the not so great
for the
drivers.
small vehicle, it's actually quite high.
Yeah.
So
That's the first thing that I definitely noticed. And then moving over, because we are still talking about the exterior, we have to talk about the wheels. These are 15-inch, I understand?
yeah, the Celerio comes in 15-inch wheels with these alloy, which looks really nice, the black alloy rims. The GA comes in steel with plastic cover on. This is the GL model. And it's only the two models that you also get in the Celerio.
I see.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I see this one comes in a striking blue color.
Yeah.
What other colors can we get?
It's this blue color, and then also we get the pearl white, silky silver, and then also a black color, and then also red.
I was about to say no red.
Yes, it's
That's
red.
a bummer because you know I've made peace with the fact that most cars don't come in pink, so I just might have to settle for red,
Yeah.
which is a bummer, right? But moving over, we have to talk about the lights.
Yes.
And because it is a budget car, these are not LED lights; these are halogen lights.
Yes, it's true. That's correct. And also it comes with fog lights. The nice thing about the Suzuki Celerio and the budget vehicle, it's a very light vehicle. Not light enough that it's affecting any safety features, but it weighs 805 kilograms.
Oh, wow!
Yeah, so that's
less than a ton.
That's also helps a bit with the fuel.
Definitely, definitely. And then of course we do have the basic features. We do have our wipers, we have our mirrors,
Yeah.
everything that you'd expect to come
Yes.
on a car.
At the back, we also do have rear parking sensors, which is a nice feature. At the front, unfortunately not, but at the back, you
do
always
get-
look at the front, so.
I mean, anything that helps
Yeah.
us drive better, right? Of course, we do have to talk about the Toyota Vitz and the Suzuki Celerio. People online have mentioned that the cars are strikingly similar. Like at some point, it's actually hard to tell which one is which. Only the badge makes the difference. Tell us about that.
Yeah, they're basically the same vehicle. There's no difference in and out. It's just a rebadged that they did on both vehicles. Comes along with Suzuki and Toyota being in collaboration with each other, sharing cost of building and manufacturing vehicles.
I see. So it's not a thing of Suzuki stole from Toyota, Toyota
No,
stole from
not
Suzuki.
really. They are-
There is a collaboration
They are
there.
shareholders, yeah.
All right. So you did hear that, right? That no one stole from anybody. Okay. Now, of course, we will get into the interior of the car a little bit later, and also we'll talk about the engine. But I think that is about it for the exterior. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we
Okay.
can get along inside, see what the inside.
All right, stick around. We'll be right back with more my.na cars as we take a look at the interior of the Suzuki Celerio. You're still watching my.na Cars, and on today's episode we are talking all about the Suzuki Celerio. So we briefly spoke about the exterior, so now we have to talk about the interior. Now first things first, I'm pretty tall, and the first thing that I always check for in a car is of course legroom, and this car does just amazing at providing enough legroom despite how tall you are, right? And you wouldn't expect that in such a small car because it is a compact vehicle.
Yeah, it has actually enough space for very tall people. I'm the shortest in my friends. So for them it will fit perfectly. At the back we have a few differences that changed from the generation 2 and the third generation, which is this one. As the window buttons for opening and closing all shifted it into the middle. And then also we have a small space here for some luggage, especially driving the long road.
Driving the long road.
Cup holders at both sides, and then ISOFIX also.
I
on
like
the
the
seats.
fact that it has ISOFIX,
Yeah.
right? So the good thing is when you have ISOFIX, you can attach your child's car seat safely and secure, and your child will still have plenty of legroom as well. One thing though, with the window controls being here, I mean, we will get to the front of the car, so obviously we can lock the windows. Because you know how it is when you have kids, they're going to be playing around
It's
with
true.
the controls a lot, so it's good that we can lock them from the front.
Yeah.
But that is it to talk about really right here at the back. I also do have plenty of headroom, so I would say it does make for a comfortable ride. No matter how far the journey is, how long the journey is, you will still be comfortable whether you're sitting in front, whether you're sitting in the back. So now we have to go to the front because there's more to talk about that side. Okay, so now passenger Princess is safely secure in her seat. Maybe not safely because I'm not wearing my seat belt, but we will do that as we take the car out for a test drive. But before we do that, we have to talk about everything, all the gadgets and gizmos right here in front, starting off the display right here. Tell us all about that.
So at the front we do have steering buttons and control and communication buttons on the steering wheel, which is very nice. Over here we also do have USB, which comes along with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which also fitted in the radio. And a 12-volt socket over here, and then in the middle also the
windows.
controls was also shifted at the front in the middle.
So the reason I'm laughing is because when I got in and I had to open the window, I was busy searching for the window controls and totally forgot that they are located in the center of the console. And like I did mention earlier, we can lock and unlock the windows for the back as well.
Yes.
And the windows at the back are fully automatic, which is something that is great because before, I mean, it was the wind down
Yeah, it
windows.
was like that.
Yeah.
So this is quite a lot better actually.
Yeah, much
And
better.
then also the fact that it has aircon.
Yeah, I
especially in
mean, we
Namibia.
have our aircon controls right here. The steering wheel, I understand it is manual. You can adjust it manually. So
Yeah, you
please show
can.
us.
The levers at the bottom. You can just push it down and you can shift the steering
Oh,
wheel
I
up and
see.
down.
Okay,
Depends on-
awesome. And then, of course, right so now, of course, because we briefly touched on everything
Yeah.
right here in the center
Yes.
console, talk to us more about what you will find on the driver's seat.
We got electric mirrors, which is quite nice. The older ones or the previous models used to have those manual ones we need
Yeah.
to shift at the sides. So now it's electronic. And also we have auto stop start button, which you can switch on and off manually. This allows for the vehicle or when you're standing in traffic and your vehicle for extra fuel consumption, it auto stops and starts.
Oh, nice.
So
okay.
while you're sitting in traffic, your vehicle switches off and this saves a bit of fuel.
All right, awesome.
And then also you can switch off parking sensors on and off.
Okay,
also
we
add.
don't have a rear view mirror, but we do have sensors.
Sensors we do have,
which
yes.
is still good because, I mean, like we did say, it is a budget car. So we are not
Correct,
looking
yes.
for luxury items that you would find normally on a car, right? And then, of course, we do have our glove compartment. Pretty spacious. We do have our cup holders right here in front.
Also on the sides. we do
Also
have-
on the sides, that is great because I mean I need to have my coffee here and I also need to have my other drink there. We don't have anything in the center, but I guess again because they were trying to make the car as compact and as small as possible, everything just seems to fit in perfectly.
Yeah, they tried to make it a budget car. So it has the Bluetooth where you can speak on the phone. It has voice recognition also, which is very nice.
Cool.
So you can speak to Siri through the vehicle.
To Siri. We can speak to Suzuki Celerio.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course we do have our lights right here in front, and yeah, and then I can take a look at my pretty self right here in the mirror. And yeah, that is about it. That is it for the interior of the car, but do not go anywhere because we are going to see how well this baby does on the road after the break.
In a world that never stops moving, there's something so essential, so critical, that if you took it away, everything would grind to a halt. Lubricants. Shell lubricants, leading the way for Shell with no plan to stop. We don't stop, so these guys don't stop. And this doesn't stop. Okay, wait for it. And this doesn't stop. The world, life, even this little guy. In fact, even when the whole world stops moving, the Shell Lubricants division continued to be, you guessed it, completely unstoppable. Supers, please. We've been the #1 global lubricant supplier non-stop for 16 years, serving more than 1 million customers in over 160 countries, with Shell Tellus, Helix, Rimula and Gaddis among the industry's most unstoppable brands. We help ensure businesses' industrial equipment and off-highway vehicles don't stop working and keep consumers' cars and motorcycles moving. We've given customers non-stop value by sharing our expertise, offering a full suite of premium services from high-tech on-site support to digital solutions such as Lube Analyst. Oh, did you know that Lube Analyst lets you monitor oil performance on an app? Isn't that cool? We maintain long-standing tech partnerships with leading OEMs so we can suggest the right solutions for our customers' equipment. All of us at Shell Lubricants will never stop on our mission to provide commercial and operational value for all our customers. Hold up, it's not over yet. We haven't gotten to the most important part. How does Shell Lubricants accelerate the transition of our business to net zero emissions? Well, we keep moving, extending the breadth of our lubricant solutions to make fast-growing and clean energy sectors just as unstoppable. We've never stopped pushing the boundaries of sustainable technology. That's why we launched Shell Helix Ultra. We engineer premium biodegradable lubricants that protects both equipment and the environment, and designed Starship 2.0. What a gorgeous truck. Yep, we're doing all that and more to reach our ultimate target. A net zero emissions energy business by 2050, in step with society and our customers. And we'll stop at nothing to get there.
Shell can deliver more than just lubricants. I'm looking forward to foster our strategic collaboration in the field of fuel cell and hydrogen, e-drive lubricants, thermal liquids for cooling batteries, and new lubricants for hydrogen combustion engines with Shell.
And all of this is just the beginning. Our unstoppable strategy will continue to help us adapt, evolve, and charge forward into the future. Now, our film stops for real, but rest assured, no matter what lies ahead, Shell Lubricants will remain unstoppable.
Okay, go. Cool. All right, so now, of course, we are taking the baby out for a spin, seeing how well it does on the road. From my understanding, I mean, it does pretty well on smooth surfaces, but obviously, the more we get to rough roads, gravel roads, it's not going to do so well. I mean, obviously, because the wheels are a bit smaller, the car itself is a bit smaller, but for driving in town, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly normal.
Yeah, for the town it's very well.
Yeah.
Gravel road, it's not built for gravel road, but it can handle gravel road, and it can also, it's able to drive on the gravel road. For town, it has a fuel consumption of 23 kilometers per liter,
Okay.
or 4.4 liters per 100 kilometer, so which is very nice. It has a 37 liter fuel tank, which will gives you around about 850 kilometers to drive.
Oh, cool.
Off,
Nice.
If you have a full tank.
I mean, we're all about saving. Fuel is really
It's
expensive. Fuel is ridiculously expensive. So, I mean, the more we can save on fuel, the better. Okay, so talk to us about the torque.
The torque is around 89 over 3,500. and the kilowatts is 49 over 5,500.
All right, so naturally, I mean, again, we have to go back to the fact that this is a small car, so you're not expecting it to pull too much. That's why the torque is not, that big. But it does what it needs to do, and it does the job.
Yeah, the engine is a 1 liter VVT dual injection. So that's also a combustion where it saves a bit of fuel consumption also, which is actually the main
aspect,
of the
yeah. I mean, obviously. So we've all right, so we've spoken everything. We've spoken the interior, the exterior, the engine. Now it comes down to the big question, the price tag. How much are we paying for this car?
So in the models, the GA, they go around 484,000. The GL manual, which we are driving now, as is, we are going for 206,000. And then the GL automatic, 221,000. But currently we are running a special on them, whereas this model, the GL, the manual one, comes in 184,000.
Okay.
And then the automatic, 206,000.
Okay, which
so
is a good
that's the special
price.
that we run now. Which is a very
good
nice
price.
special, actually.
Yeah, it is a very good price. I mean, you do get value for your money, and you also get to save on fuel, which is something great. Let's talk about the warranty plan and the service plan.
The service plan, they all come with a 2-year, 30,000 kilometer service plan included, and then also a 5-year, 200,000 kilometer warranty. So, and a 5-year roadside assistance and 6-year body correction warranty.
Awesome. So that is it for the Suzuki Celerio. You can find it at Ours Motors, and you can even talk to Vits. You'll probably give them a very good deal, right?
Yeah, we will.
All right.
Yes.
Stick around. I will be back with my goodbyes shortly after this break. Well, that brings us to the end of yet another exciting edition of my.na Cars with me, your favorite passenger princess, Diana Master. You can catch my.na Cars every Thursday, 7 p.m. on all Namibia Media Holdings social media platforms, or every Thursday, 9 p.m. on NTV, which is DStv channel 285 and GOtv channel 25. On that note, who knows, maybe next time I will be on a motorbike, maybe. But that is it from me, Diana Master. It is all my love, all my light, and ciao.